What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NFL Talk with Jay and Five Star as well, man. We've been doing the football show all season, man. My guy Five Star been killing it, college, NFL, all that, man. Y'all know what's up. Make sure y'all follow them on Twitter as well at Five Star in Vegas. Spell out the five as well, man. Not the number FIVE, man. What's up with you, Five? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Man, it's a blessing, man. Glad to be here. Always good to see you, my brother. Looking good in Denver, man. We're going to pull up on you in about a month, and we're going to kick it hard. And right now, y'all hit the like for my man, Jay Money. Y'all hit that like for Action Network, man. They doing their thing, and they doing it for you guys, man. Making sure that we get all the sharp plays out here. You don't get caught up in the foolishness, man.
Facts. No,
Yeah.
that's a fact, man. Let's try to get some money, man. My guy Five Star sent me the play. I'm like, man, I love every single one of these. I really think it's gonna be a good week in the NFL, man, as well, man. Everybody, people know I was sick and shit, but I'm back. I got my energy back. I feel 100%, man. It's ready. We ready to go on a streak, man. We're trying to smack these bookies up, man. So let's get straight to it. We're not here to waste people's time. We got a lot of great info, a lot of great plays for you guys, man. So we hope y'all appreciate it. Hit the like button one time for one time. Share the show, all that good shit, man. Let's go over here. Thursday night game here, Five. We're going to San Francisco, the Bay in this one. Niners land 3 points versus the Rams in this one. Little in-state rival in this one. Remember that first game, the Niners, I believe they were up double digits and ended up pissing that game away. You think the Niners come back here and get some revenge? It seemed like they finally got right last week. Short week as well. What do you think about this Rams-Niners game?
Man, I could tell you one thing is for sure. I spoke about it a little bit last week. Brock Purdy's playing for his career right here, man.
Yeah.
That's what they're not understanding. That's why it was an easy bet for me last week with him against Chicago. Like, he has one of them OG dads, man, that if you got a good father or a good male figure in your life, you know that they're going to always put you on the right path again when you kind of straying. I'm sure his dad lined him up last week and told him after he didn't really give much of effort in Buffalo, that do you understand it's a contract year, son? Do you understand that you were the last pick in the NFL draft and now you've been to a Super Bowl? Nothing's going to be given to you. Like, you still got to go out here and perform. And he looked the part last week, and I think he's going to look the part again this week. Brock Purdy, even though I don't think he's a top 10 player, I do think that he's a good player. McVay's had Shanahan's number lately. Beat him the last two times. They upset him, last January by 1 point. Usually close games, but if you notice before that, Frisco had a real run on those guys. I think that the Niners are being a little undervalued, and I think the Rams are definitely being overvalued simply for the fact that they performed really well last week in the shootout, but they gave up 42 points. Like, that's the part that everyone's overlooking. Their defense was supposed to be making some strides, and I don't think that the Niners will give up 40 points like that. So I'm trusting Shanahan to have those guys ready to play. As you saw, it's a plug and play for them at the running back position because Shanahan calls run offense so well, has such good packages for running the ball and things like that. And that's where the defense for the Rams really struggle at, man. They struggle at stopping the run, man. They're 29th in the league at rushing yards given up. They're 28th in yards per play. I don't like any of that, man. I just think that we see a big game from Leonard Floyd. He's an ex-Ram. Last week he had 3 sacks. He's kind of making up for them missing Nick Bosa now. And we know that if the Rams can't protect Stafford, they're in trouble because they want to drop back and throw the ball 50, 60 times a game. I like the Niners a lot in this one, man. As I said, I think this is a proven year for Brock Purdy, so we're going to see the best of him. Now George Kittle and him have a really good connection. He was kind of adjusting to life of being the number one guy instead of him always having to turn around and hand off the ball to his running back, the great Christian McCaffrey. Now it's kind of like it's your offense, man. Play point guard, do what you did at Iowa State and spread the ball around. He has a really good connection with Kittle. He has a really good connection with Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings went off for 3 touchdowns against the Rams last time, and he played really well last week and had 2 touchdowns. For some reason, him and Debo don't have a good connection in the pass game, but I think we see more Debo in the run game. Heard him getting into it with the reporters. They embarrassed him on X and fact-checked him when he said that he wasn't struggling. So I think Debo plays a really good game. I like the Niners in this one, man. I got it at 2.5 when I played it.
Yeah, you can still get 2.5 out there. Some minus 115s out there. I mean, if you want, you can play the money line, but I think even the 3, mainly 5-star. This is a revenge spot here. Within their division teams as well, right? Division rivals as well.
The NFC West. And the NFC West is still up for grabs, even though my ticket is looking really good that I got on the Seahawks. I got them preseason. Now, even though I took Arizona last week, as I said, I knew I couldn't really lose on that game because I got a ticket at plus 420 for the Seahawks to win that division. They were undervalued coming into the year, and they got a really good roster. And now that they're healthy, you see that. But still, the Rams and the Niners both have an opportunity to win that division still, and neither one of them are going to make it as a team that's a wild card. It's just too many good teams with good records coming out the NFC North, excuse me. So now they have to win the division. So the Niners got to win this game. If they win this game, they're right back in the mix. They're only one game behind the Seahawks.
Facts. So you get a revenge spot where the Niners should have won that last game. Remember, the Rams came all the way back and stunned them boys at the end of that one. So I'm sure they're gonna remember that. The division's on the line. They're at the house. Revenge spot. I like the Niners here as well, man. I just feel like this is a spot where they bounce back. It's really hard to beat a team twice, especially in NFL. This would be the equivalent of an NBA team beating a division rival 4 straight times. Y'all know me. I'm always gonna take them in their revenge. I'm gonna live and die with that spot. So it's really hard to in the NFL to beat a team, especially when you know each other. Beating them twice in a row. I'm rocking with the Niners here as well, man. Like I said, I'm rocking with my guy 5-star in this one. I was already leaning this way. I'm going to rock with the San Francisco 49ers in this one. Debo probably got a little bit of his swagger back last game. Purdy as well. Rams, they coming off a game where, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They took everybody's money. Everybody was on the Bills in that game. And so now what I usually like to do after a game like that, now it's the letdown spot for the Rams here. I like the Niners to win this game as well. Whether you want to lay the money line minus 155 or just lay that 2.5. I think they can win this game by at least 3 points here, 5-star. So I'm rocking with you with the Niners in this one, man. We rocking with the 49ers here tonight on Thursday Night Football here, man. This might be the week of the favorites here, 5. Let's get to some Sunday games, man. Short faves. They're not heavy faves. We kind of just asked them to win the game, man. Let's go over here to H-Town here. Texans laying 2.5 versus the Dolphins. Dolphins been playing a little bit better, but they're going up against a huge step up in class here in Houston versus Texans here, 5. What do you think about this game?
This is a great spot here for the Texans. They needed the reset by going on the bye week. We know the CJ needed the reset. I guarantee you CJ Stroud looks like a completely different player this week and is a lot more sharper. Just was having a lot of fatigue, a lot of football in the last 2 years. And more than that, a lot of hanging, and I'm not knocking him because he needed it for his brand because now he's a household name. It's not too many people who follow football who don't know CJ Stroud now. So I'm not mad at his PR team for, letting them do the rounds. You get in where you can get in, and because after it's all said and done, football is a while. What lasts is your brand. So I don't knock that at all. And I shout out to him for doing a bunch of prison reform. That hits close to home for guys like us, Jay Munn, who know people who dealt with that and who are still dealing with that. And his father's in a bad situation in California, and CJ's doing a lot of stuff to let people know about things that's going on with the penal system. But to the game, the Dolphins have won 4 of the last 5, you said, 32-plus points, man, last 4 to 5 games, looking real good. But the thing that I look at about the last week is they were 1 for 9 on third down, even though they won that miracle game. And I'm glad because me and the clients, we had Miami. So it worked out fine for us. But you going to let Aaron Rodgers look like that?
Yeah.
You let Garrett Wilson go for 100 receiving yards. You let Devontae Adams go for 100 receiving yards. Like, I'm not trusting them against the Texans. The Texans are another team that, and the books are playing on this. They know that publicly the Texans aren't really respected. They're not looked at as a really good team. They look like it's a middle of the pack team, but if you look at their record, they played really well, man, against some big name teams. Hung right in there with Detroit. They should have won that game. They were handling them really comfortably in the first half. How many teams have we seen get on the lines like the Texans did?
Not many.
Right? Lost a very close one at Green Bay, which they should have won as well. Poor clock management. But then they also defeated Buffalo, at home, who everyone is thinking, is the greatest team on earth, and I don't know why, because they just gave up 44 points to the Rams. So let's think about this and, how we approach the game. And we're going to approach it in the fact that we're going to look at the big picture, Jay. We're not going to just look at, a couple of sample sizes. I think the Texans are a really good team. They're 6th in the league in third down defense. That's going to be important because how you get these covers is getting off the field. So if they can get 2 off the field, they're going to be good. We also know that the Texans are going to hit the quarterback. They're 7th ranked in quarterback hits in the league. Also, they're 2nd in the league with 42 sacks. Danielle Hunter is a beast. He's going to get to Tua, man, and make Tua turn that ball over and get uncomfortable in that pocket. And we know how Tua is if he's uncomfortable. Also, the Texans' DBs are first in the league in defensive pass completion percentage allowed. So all of those 60% completion days that we're seeing from Tua usually is not going to be like that. Sting is going to be on cheat. He's going to be trying to clamp him down. I think Laster will be back if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he's gone for the year now. I need to tap in on that. I heard he might come back. If anyone in the chat has that information, please let me know. But regardless of what, they play really good defense. Also, the Dolphins are going to have some problems dealing with Nico Collins, who's coming off a break and getting a little bit more healthy as well. Nico Collins leads the league, Jay, in receiving yards per game. So I like the Texans all the way on this one. I think we'll see another big game from Joe Mixon. I think that the Dolphins are brought back down to earth. It's just not really their season, not a good year for them. It's all the way for me with the Texans money line and -2.5.
Yeah, no, I feel that shit because you look at the Dolphins as well. Five, look who they beat. So they did beat up on the Rams. It was basically a must-win spot to try to turn their season around. Then you beat the Raiders. You beat the Patriots as well. Two tanking teams that really don't even want to win games right now. So I don't really give them too much credit for that. And then you almost mess around and lost versus the Jets, and that game went into overtime as well. So you got you're coming off a little bit longer game than usual. Them they're playing 5 quarters as well. Probably gonna be a little beat up here. Damn near traveling, they damn near traveling across the country as well, man. So I don't like this spot. And like you said, Houston coming off a bye week, they're gonna be fresh, they're gonna be ready to show to beat up on somebody. I think this is a perfect storm for the Texans. I had this one written down as a lean as well. The fact that you like it, this is not a homer play, but we liking the matchup here as well, man. So, and like you said, the Dolphins defense isn't as great. That's where the Texans defense is great. Definitely more of a offensively, defensively balanced team as well, man. So never know with Tua, man. You never know what he possibly, you know what I'm saying, take a little hit or something, and then now he I forgot. I hope it don't happen. I hope everything cool with him, but we know he's one little hit away.
You
know
have
what I'm
to
saying?
factor in with him, man. The Texans are one of the hardest hitting teams.
Facts.
You know, as you said, home cooking, because of course I watch them every week, but man, facts is facts. We're sports better, so we deal with data. Like, it's no need for me to tell myself these false pretenses and go take my money to the wind. I'm only dealing with facts because my money's involved. The Texans hit hard, bro. They're one of the hardest hitting defenses, and that defensive line gets after you, and they're really tall and long too. So that gives short quarterbacks like Tua a lot of problems, man. I don't think he's going to have a comfortable day in Houston.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Texans here. Laying the short number at the house. Once again, you can lay the 2.5 or you can lay the money line just to be safe. I expect them to win by at least 3 points. That's another one. I ride with my guy 5-star. This I don't lie. Every single one of these spots this week, man, I see them cashing me. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over here to no. Let's go to Carolina, bro. The Panthers laying points. You got the Cowboys. The boys, their season's over. So you get that spot where it's like, all right, damn, we don't have shit else to play. We already know once Dak was gone, but they still had an outside chance. With last week's loss, they're done now. They're out of the playoffs. There's nothing they can do to make the playoffs. When that usually happens, what I usually see, you kind of see some missed tackles. You see the receivers not really running full routes. It's like, why am I out here risking injury? This is one thing I kind of look at like towards the end of the NBA season. Bro, these players don't want to be nursing an injury all offseason. They want to go vacation. They want to be healthy, man. I'm not trying to be rehabbing from the torn ACL or some shit, man. I'm trying to go enjoy my offseason, man. Cowboys, this is a major letdown spot for them. People are not going to want to lay the points with the Panthers here, Five. This is a contrarian fave here. People see Panthers laying 3. Hell no, I'm rocking with the Cowboys. I think the Panthers might clean them up. And you look at, if you've been watching Bryce Young, first off, they damn near beat didn't they play the Chiefs last week, right? They damn near the Eagles. Yeah, they damn near beat the Eagles, man. It's double-digit underdog. I was watching that game like from start to finish. Bryce Young actually starting to look pretty confident out there. He's starting like a competent quarterback out there, Five. I'm pretty sure you're going to talk about it. What do you think about this game, Panthers laying 3 at the crib?
Well, you got the Cowboys organization is in a horrible situation to be in right now because you got 2 different factions going on. You got Jerry Jones up top telling them to lose games because he want to try to do everything he can to try to get his shot at Shedeur Sanders. Like he wants to beat the Raiders and get it now. You got Mike McCarthy who's like, hell no, I'm trying to play for my life and at least have an argument where when you fire me, I can go get another job, right?
Yeah. He getting fired for sure though, right? Don't you think? I think so, bro. I think he's
put it like this with Jerry Jones, you can never tell. Like he's contrarian. If Jerry Jones hears the media saying he's gone, he probably won't even fire him. You know, I heard that he wanted to look at Belichick, but Belichick surprised everybody and went to North Carolina. Like, I'm about to go over here and just chill out and do the Coach Prime. Like, a
Yeah.
beautiful place to live and just, rake in my money and let guys work for me and put this thing together. So shout out to, Belichick and his young girlfriend. He's doing his thing. That's how you want to be in your 70s, man. But as far as in the Cowboys, man, that's just at a bad junction to be in because you don't really have a plan. Either you're gonna tank or you're gonna win. And you saw how last week Michael Parsons was looking after that game. He was in tears, and people saying it's a fluke. Like, oh, that was a fluke when they blocked the punt. That should have. No, that's not a fluke. That's coaching, man, because that's a young kid, and if he's coached up right by a special teams coach during the week, they're reinforcing all these rules and stuff. So he knows if something like that. I bet you a Belichick team would have did that because he's by details. He's
Yeah.
not gonna. They're gonna know the rules. He probably gives it out to them the first day. A practice, read this, come back. I'm gonna give you a test on it so you know the rules so that you don't mess up.
Yeah.
So that was coaching why the Cowboys still lost that game because that player should have known, not to touch the ball. He didn't, man. As simple as that. So the Cowboys just are a bad team right now. You got two teams going different directions. Like I
Yeah.
said,
That's a fact.
it's horrible with the Cowboys. They're kind of like fighting. It's in family fighting. So we're gonna take advantage of that. And the books know that because whenever you seen Carolina's favorites, they're begging people to come money line.
And the line going up. The line going up. I think it started like 1.5. I remember seeing it, like looking at these lines. That shit didn't reach 3, bro. Which it take a lot of money to in football to get something from 1 to 3. I think let me see. So this line opened up at let me just see real quick. The line opened up at shit. It say that the Cowboys are favored by -2, but I remember seeing it -1 for the Panthers, and for it to reach 3, the right type of money is coming on the Panthers here. Or you see that, or the books are really taking a position on this game, like you say.
Yeah, and it's 5 straight covers for Carolina, and the best losses that you're going to find from a young team like that's grown with a first-time head coach. And shout out to Dave Canales because I was talking down about him early in the year because I said he wasn't using Bryce Young correctly. He did a good job with him, man. He checked him mentally and said, obviously, it was some things we weren't seeing that he was telling him that he wasn't executing. Set him down, made him look at it from another view on the bench. Bryce has a lot of pride. He's always been the best player on his team. Even though he's little, he's always been cold. You know, man, if he's a freshman, he was starting varsity. If he was at Alabama as a sophomore starting, for Alabama with Nick Saban. So he's not going to be a bench warmer. That made him step his game up. And also, Canales now is running a lot of spread. The same stuff I'm begging for Slowick to do with CJ Stroud. Just go spread and let these kids play 7-on-7. They're both California kids. That's how they grew up. They're special passers, and they have feet and elite escapability. Now that's what we're seeing from Bryce Young. They lose to Kansas City 27-30. 3 points, man. The line's 11. They could have won that game. Tampa Bay, they lose by 3. Line 6. They should have won that game. Philadelphia, 14. They only lose by 6. They should have won that game as well if you watched it. So this is their time to get right. They're one of those teams that are building momentum for next year. They're not even thinking about this year. They just want to win all the games. They're not trying to get any more draft picks. They're more worried about getting confidence into Bryce Young, and I think this is one of those games that he's going to be able to get right because I've never been a fan of the pass defense for the Cowboys this season. I don't think that it's good. I think that he'll be able to do some things on it. They're allowing they're 27th in the league, allowing 11 yards per completion, and they're also allowing a lot of good games from quarterbacks with 67% is what this completion percentage is. That's almost 70%, and we know that's what Bryce Young does is accuracy. I think they won't be able to get them off the field. Also, Carolina's defensive late has played really good. They've been a really better defensive late, man. The Cowboys' weakness is running the ball, but that's the only weakness that the defense for Carolina has. They're pretty good against the pass, and also they get to the quarterback some. And we've seen that Cooper Rush isn't that guy. If you put enough pressure on him, he becomes who we know he is, and that's a backup. So I'm gonna look at this from the same way the books would. If we got a trader in the back and he sits down and he runs these numbers and he says, okay, Carolina -3 at home against the Cowboys. he knows Carolina's going to cover. That's why he put it out there. Because if he thought the Cowboys would cover, I think it would have been Carolina +1, Carolina
Yeah, they would. Yeah,
something like that. Maybe even +4, all the way up to +4. If you want to be honest, if you want to look at these rosters, but it's something that they see, and I think most of it is morale. So we're going to go with Carolina -3.
man, they 5-0 against the spread last 5 versus teams that's much better than the Cowboys.
Right.
I like this spot, man. I like this spot for the Panthers. Like you said, they're playing well. They're playing they didn't tank enough. You see what I'm saying? So you got a team that's playing, trying to ball, actually trying to get some wins versus a team that's literally out there starting Cooper Rush on purpose. Like if they were trying to win games, they would give Trey Lance I don't know a ton about football, but I know that Trey Lance will give them more of a chance to win than Cooper Rush is. You see what I'm saying?
They were supposed to tank, but what Mike McCarthy is trying to show he's one of those guys who doesn't want to stop coaching. So he's trying to show them like, hey, look, my team didn't quit on me for his next job. Maybe he goes to college. Maybe he try. I could see him being a college coach for sure, at the right place. He's from Pittsburgh area. Pittsburgh has a good coach already, but somewhere up in that area. Because I'm going to be honest, Mike McCarthy not a bad coach. He's just, I don't know.
It ain't the right fit. It's not a right fit with Dallas.
Maybe he needs to go because we saw for some reason the type of guy he is. Maybe he's too nice and people kind of take advantage because he's kind of what created the Aaron Rodgers we see now.
Yeah.
He wins the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. You would think Aaron Rodgers respect this man more than anybody in the world, right? And he has no respect for him. So I don't know, man. But he gave hell to the young boy too, and he a good coach. So Eberflus, I'm not Eberflus. Yeah. What's his name? Matt. What's the name over there, Green Bay? My boy.
Salo? Who you talking about? Oh, you talking about LaFleur?
LaFleur, yeah, pardon. Yeah, Matt LaFleur. So yeah, maybe it's Aaron. I don't know, but something about McCarthy's. He seemed like a nice guy to me. So, but he come from a family of cops. So
he seemed like police ass.
No.
Yeah, no, I like to. I'm like I said, I'm watching that game. The boys, the Panthers had the ball like at the 30-yard line or something like that. They had a chance to go get a touchdown and beat the Eagles. I thought they were about the money line. They has 5. I knew they was gonna cover the spread, but I saw it delayed. I saw they probably about to beat the Eagles, bro. I really like the way the Panthers been playing. You look at their record, it doesn't really show like you watching their games. They've been competing with teams, like I say, that's much better than the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys know that their season's over, and it's kind of just ready. They're just ready to play out the rest of the season, just kind of BS around, line up, you know what I'm saying, but not really give 100% effort. Where we think the Panthers, Bryce Young, they coming for this win, and for the fans. You got to start winning games for the fans, or nobody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, the team's not gonna be making money. So we liking the Panthers.
Excited. Just a quick tidbit so before we move to the next game, because what you reminded me by speaking about this game and how close it was. Always pay attention to the live numbers, guys. If you bet a game, if the live is going to tell you, and I know you know this, Jay, especially in the NBA does this, it's going to tell you instantly after tip or after kickoff what's about to happen. Yeah. Because I took the Carolina Panthers +7.5 and +14 last week, right? Bro, one play happened in the first half, turned to +4.5 live.
Yeah.
They
already knew.
Yeah, they already know. So you guys keep an eye on live lines when you tap. As soon as the game kicks off, tap in and see what they're talking about live.
That's a fact. That's some for the long term as well. As I'm saying, something just to look at. That's teaching you how to fish right there, man. Let's go over here to a really great game, man. Detroit Lions laying 2 points versus the Buffalo Bills in this one, man. 5. That Josh Allen MVP, man. That shit looking nice, man. I'll give a damn. I told you. Come on, we talked about that the first show. I was asking you. I was like, "Do you think he'll get it?" And you said it's his turn. And so I'm looking at their games. I'm like, man, I didn't think they would be 10-2 at this point. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even think they win this many games. But he's the heavy favorite right now. He deserves it. You can give it to some of these other guys, man. But it's just like you kind of got to spread the love around. It's his turn, man. It's just that's him. So I don't care if they lose the game or not. I just need him to win MVP. But this Lions team, this team been freaking balling, man. They might be there in the Super Bowl this year, 5. But what do you think about this game?
No Super Bowl for the Buffalo Bills. So
I'm talking about the Lions.
The Lions, yeah, the Lions. Now the Lions do have opportunity. I think that's what's going to happen with. I don't think either one of these teams make it to the Super Bowl. And if I'm wrong, please, guys in the chat, who are fans of those teams, y'all give me hell next time that you see me on, here after the Super Bowl or when the Super Bowl occurs. But I just don't think so. And the reason why, too, Josh Allen dependent. I always compare the Buffalo Bills to the old Carolina Panthers teams. I think that because they had the same coach, the defensive coordinator was the coach there. All that Josh Allen is a black Cam Newton, a white Cam Newton, but no one's going to say that, they're going to make it into something else. But he's just a white Cam Newton. Cam Newton did everything he's doing. It's just that now Allen is doing it with the media they like him, so they're going to root for him. And there's nothing wrong with him. I've been a fan here since Wyoming. Anyone who really knows me and knows me for a long time, I was hollering about Josh Allen for a lot of people. You remember I told you that when you told me they had the MVP. So I'm a Josh Allen fan. I just feel like they kind of put a little bit more onto what he's doing, like we've never seen it, but we've actually have seen it before. But it is his turn, definitely, to win MVP. His numbers, honestly, Burrow would have won the MVP if his team would have just made the playoffs. But because they didn't make the playoffs and don't look good, he's not going to win it this year.
Maybe because Burrow don't have one, right?
No, he doesn't have an MVP.
He might get this shit next year.
They wasn't going to give it to Mahomes or Lamar again.
No, they can't.
First. But as soon as he slipped and started losing those games that they didn't have any business losing, it was Josh Allen's to lose after that. Because Lamar had it at first after that big game he had in prime time when he had went off and threw like 5 touchdown passes and looked unstoppable. But now it's definitely, you're in a really good position. I'm sure if you go look at it, he's probably favored. Like, what is he now, minus 200?
He was minus 200 last week. Then he rushed for 3 touchdowns and 3 for 2 touchdowns. I mean, threw for 3 touchdowns. Now he like minus 450.
Yeah, see, if the Bengals would have had a successful year, it would have been between Jamar Chase and Burrow because they're having the best, to me, offensive year out of anyone. They're unstoppable right now. But, yeah, Josh Allen is good, but this team isn't as good as people think. Buffalo, they beat Kansas City at home as they should have done. They beat San Francisco in the snow as they should have done. They beat Seattle. That's a good win right there. Lost to Houston, lost to Baltimore. If I look up and down their wins in the last couple of weeks that everyone thinking is so good, it's not that good. It's just some teams that they were supposed to beat anyway. They were favored in every game. The last 10 games they've been favored. No, 8 games they've been favored. So they're supposed to win those games. But I don't think that their defense is going to be able to put up the performance needed in the playoffs to win at Kansas City because, as you see, they're going to lose this game most likely too. So they're not going to have home field advantage. Home field advantage is going to be, as usual, through Kansas City. It's the Arrowhead Memorial. That's what you might as well call it. You're going through Arrowhead. The only time they didn't have to was last year. Chiefs still got it done. They went to Buffalo and took care of their business. Lions, really good team, bro. 11-2 against the spread in the first half this season, though. That's what I like. I like how they get on you early. Yeah. So that's what we're going to take advantage of. In my opinion, they're the best first half team in the NFL. At home, man, they averaged 19 points in the first half. So you can expect points from them. I think that they're able to slow up Allen enough in the first half. The Bills' defense isn't good on the road, man. They're giving up 15 points in the first half on the road, so that's never good. So we're going to go with the Lions. First half, money line, it's only minus 130, minus 135, depending on where you're shopping at. I think they get on them early. I wouldn't be surprised if some noise occurs at the end of the game because Josh Allen is a good quarterback, and Detroit has shown the last couple of games that in the second half that you start seeing that they don't have enough men anymore with the injuries. Like, they don't have enough manpower, that little burst of energy that they get from, my guy, what is his name, the Big Lebowski. That's what I call that coach. I call him the Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski, after he gets everybody wired up and they run out the locker room ready to run through walls for him, then the energy kind of dies in the third and fourth, and now you're tired, fatigue kicks in. And we forget that they're missing some really important guys on that defense. So I think Buffalo can come back late and get back in this one, but that 54.5 probably is a look. I think that they go over that because this is going to end up becoming a shootout late. I could see a lot of points being scored in the second half in this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I can't find the first half team total for the Lions, but they could be a really good look. If you're saying they average at 19
Yeah.
points, their full game team total is 27 and a half. So that means their first half team total might just be somewhere like 13 and a half. And if you can get that 13 and a half, like under 2 touchdowns, and they've been averaging 19 points and they've been coming out jumping on teams, you know what I'm saying? It definitely be a really good look. They're going with the Lions first half money line and that first half team total. That could possibly be a really great look there, in my opinion, man. So definitely could be a good look there. I had a game that I wanted to ask you about, man.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you about the Chargers and Buccaneers game.
Chargers, Buccaneers. It's in
Yeah,
LA, right?
yeah, it's in LA.
They're releasing all this information suddenly saying Herbert is hurt. You know, they always got an excuse for him, but um, I think that the Chargers are going to serve the Bucs. I don't think Harbaugh loses to Todd Bowles. I think he out schemes him in that one. So I would take the Chargers if I was you on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. And you got the Bucs going cross country as well. They're going from Tampa Bay all the way over there to LA as well, man. So I think that could be possibly a good spot for the Chargers. And then one more I wanted to ask you about
Right.
the Cardinals versus Patriots. Do the Patriots even want to win this game? Or like, are the Cardinals still alive? Can they possibly still compete in the division? Or they need to win this game, don't they, versus the Patriots?
This is a game I have not looked at. Where is it at, Jay? Is it in Arizona or New
Yeah, it's
England?
in Arizona. They laying 6 points.
Land six after an embarrassing performance last week. New England, Rod Mayo, not that good of a coach.
It just seemed
But
like they tanking, bro. It just kind of seemed like
yeah, I think they want Hunter.
they want somebody.
Yeah, they want Hunter. I like to see Hunter as a Patriot, and I don't even like the Patriots that were rooted for him, but I think that over there with that type of system and with Mayo, with all the tricks from Belichick, he'll be a star. You know, he'll be shining over there on defense. You know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really broke down the numbers, but off the top of the dome, I'd say Cardinals, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I was just thinking about them to win, like putting them with a little money line parlay with something else. You know what I'm saying? Because I really
okay.
do think
You
I
just
really do
Cardinals
think
to win, yeah,
just to
unless
win.
we get Kyler in a funk. Because last week I thought he was gonna play a lot better. I lost a lot of money on the Cardinals last week, first half and the game, because he had just played really bad at Seattle. So I
Yeah.
was thinking, oh, he's gonna be wide up for this one. Man, Seattle defense was eating on them. You know, like he looked shook. He couldn't do anything. And you know, if he gets in his little moods and he's not comfortable, he's small.
Yeah.
So he started messing up, throwing the ball away, inaccurate. Now you're getting a bunch of 3-and-outs. And then Drake May scrambles around, and you know the Patriots are a team that's going to play a certain style. They're going to run the ball, keep the ball away from them. I don't know, man. This one I stay away. I just don't like playing when betting on teams who really don't got much to play for. I feel like the Cardinals have something to play for, but I didn't like the effort last week with New England. You just don't know what you're going to get, because in pro football, some players think about their tape and they're going to give you their best because they're trying to get their next job. And
Yeah.
then others, as you said, are just really on some like, man, I got to make it to the offseason. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to be having all offseason. So
Thanks.
that one, I'm not as strong. I don't have a strong opinion on that one.
That makes sense. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and get out of here, man. Anything else you want to say? Whether you want to drop some college plays, whatever, my brother. I know you had sent me one of them. If you want to give it out, you can. If not, like,
No, we
guys,
got to
make
get this one. This one right
yeah,
here. Yeah, you know, you can always chime into, my DM, or you can chime onto the show and get the information on the college football and the wagering world. We have a new show on tomorrow on YouTube, and it's on all the platforms. Whether you go to Apple Podcasts, or you want to go to Spotify or anywhere else, it's available. This one right here I got to ride with Army, and on the Army Navy game. I'm going with Navy. Let's go
yeah,
Navy +7, Jay. I'm really strong on this one. This is going to be a heavy bet for me, just because this is always a good game. Army has been better than Navy the last 2 years, and both games, one went to overtime, the other one was a one-score possession game. I know that Army's a really good team this year, man. They got a really good player over there at quarterback, and they had a really strong performance. They should have made the college football playoffs, honestly, but you know how that goes. They're not in the conference, so that's going to happen. But Navy is a good team as well, man. They just haven't played as good. Like, this is maybe the best game between these two teams we've seen in a long time. Both of them are bold teams. Both of them are really solid squads. but they're mirrors of each other. And when you got two teams who practice against the same offense that each one runs every day, it's gonna always be a slugfest. I forgot how many years straight the under in the first half is hit on this game, but it's some ridiculous number. But I don't really mess with total, so I'm gonna take Navy plus the points. Thing to look for with Navy is they replaced Harvard. They had started struggling because Blake Harvard, who was their quarterback, had a really good year at the beginning of the year. Then they played Notre Dame and he shit his pants, and bro, he never recovered. Like after that, he just started becoming a turnover machine. Last week, they put in a young boy, man, Braxton Woodson, 6'3", 215 pounds. And this kid is a different type of Navy quarterback that we've seen. He can throw the ball. He's fast, tall, accurate. So look for Navy to maybe can win this game outright money line. They have a really good offense, man, and they're a little bit more versatile on offense than Army is. Army is just disciplined, really so good in the trenches, and their quarterback runs the options so well that's why they put up points. And he's a great athlete. Their quarterback's a great athlete. But Navy, they can go spread a little bit. They can throw a little bit more than them. So expect Navy to stay in this game, man. That's an official play at that Navy +7.
Okay, I like it. And like you say, if they two really even teams taking that touchdown, could definitely be a really good look as well, man. So, man, I just want to say, make sure y'all go and follow my guy, man. Go and check out his podcast. Whether you listen to podcasts or watching the YouTube channel, make sure you follow him right now, man. He'll have plenty. This is bowl time now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my guy is gonna have plenty of inside intel on these bowl games. You got players sitting out. You got some teams the motivation a little bit more. 5-star does this shit in college. He does the NFL as well, but with college, it's all about the info and knowing these teams, knowing the coaches, knowing their style of play. My guy really has a great handle on these teams, man. I know you guys going to be sitting at the house wanting to bet these bowl games. So tap in with my guy 5-star, whether you checking him out on Twitter, hit his DM, or just checking out his shows as well. It has a lot of great info on these college teams, man. Go and follow him. I'm pretty sure most of the people on the show already follow you, but go follow him right now on Twitter at 5-star in Vegas, man. He's going to have, he has a show called The Wagering World on YouTube. And like I say, even if you want to listen to it on podcast while you're working out or something, man, make sure you're going to check him out. He's going to have some great looks for his college picks as well, man. So we mainly did some NFL today, but recap them with your plays, 5, and let them know where they can find you.
Okay, man, we're going to go with the Niners tonight on Thursday Night Football, -2.5. I'm really solid on that one. We're going to also go with the Texans at home, -2.5 versus the Dolphins. You might want to bet that now before it gets to the 3. Also, we like the Lions first half money line at home against the Bills. They're really strong coming out the gates. We also like the Panthers on -3 versus the Cowboys. We find it as a weird number. We always say if the number looks fun, it's probably money. And then lastly, we're going with the Navy football team, man. At +7, that's too many points to get them in a rivalry game against Army. I think that these teams are a lot closer than people think. You guys look for the Wagering World new episode this Friday. You guys tell your friends about it, man. Let's get these subscribers up, man. I appreciate Jay so much for allowing me to come on this platform all football season, man, and share with you guys and help me expand my brand. He's a real brother, a real good friend, man, and good dude, man. You guys are rocking with the right guy. It's us against the bookies, and it's us versus the machine.
No, that's a fact, man. We about to get this. I'm not gonna lie. I love every single one of them NFL plays, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And they also say that you can get that first half team total at 13.5 -120 for the Lions as well. I think that's
that first quarter.
I've seen
the way the Bills play defense. That might be the first quarter.
Facts, and you getting the whole 20
for the Bills are horrible, man. They all just no-name guys. They have to get you with scheme, and you're not gonna outthink Ben Johnson, bro. You can hang it up. So yeah, I like that 13.5 first half. That's easy money. I'm gonna bet that myself. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I like it. I think it's money out there in NFL. This get to the point where the meat of the season where you got teams that's playing for somewhere you really kind of know the teams, right? We've seen them play pretty much all season. Now it's time to get that cash, man. So love every single one of these NFL plays. I know 5-star gonna have some great plays on the bowls as well, man. So y'all go and check him out. He posts on he have on Twitter, he X, whatever you want to call it. He has his show, The Wagering World, on YouTube, and you can also find it on platforms as well, man. So go follow my guy for the college picks. He's going to have some really nice intel, really nice info on these bowl games. And what I've learned from the past, info is what wins on those bowl games as well, man. So make sure I go check him out right now at 5-star in Vegas, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Check out the NBA show as well, coming up right here after this, man. NBA Talk with Jay. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like the info, if you appreciate the free picks, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Follow us on Twitter Twitter, all that good stuff. Let's get this cash. We going undefeated, man. I'm telling you that right now. We're about to get this motherfucking money, man. It's all love. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We out. Hope y'all have a great day. And get this cash, baby. We out. Let's go.